What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks again for joining me. Today, I want to talk to you about 6 things that you or people you know may not be doing that could be hurting your financial future. And these are things that I kind of wish I could go back and tell my younger self and, give myself a leg up. But, time machines don't exist, so here I am. Not to say that I am not financially successful. I'm just saying I wish I had more of a chance, and I wish I had someone to make a video for me when I was younger and, give me some of the information I'm about to give you. With that being said, just remember I'm not a financial advisor. This is just a perspective that I have on things that I wish that maybe I could have done differently. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Number 1, not investing enough or really investing at all. When I was younger, jobs that I worked, I had like a 401k and that was about it. I didn't really save my money too much. I mean, I saved it in a bank account, which now I know that was not the right thing to do. But, I would spend it on all sorts of stuff. I'd spend it on food, alcohol. I would go out and I would blow my money on my car and all this stuff. And I never invested it really beyond the 401k, and I kind of wish I did at this point. But if you're young, if you're watching this video and you're young in your 20s, invest as much as possible. Trust me, it will pay off. The compounding of your money will start to accelerate, and you will be happy that you made that decision. And if you're not investing, I suggest you open a brokerage with like E-Trade or Webull, link in the description below, by the way, on Webull, or even Robinhood, even though I know Robinhood's kind of shady. But, or M1 Finance, or whatever it may be, find a brokerage that you like, sign up, start investing. It's totally worth it. It'll be good for you in the future, and that's really how you're going to get ahead. So number 2. Buying an expensive car, right? So I think I actually mentioned this. When I was in my early 20s, I bought a GTO. And when I was in high school, it was like always my dream car to have a GTO. I didn't get an old one, but I got a newer one. And it was just like, oh, it's my dream car. I got to have it, right? And I think a lot of guys go through this. But looking back, I spent a lot of money on that car. And not just on the car itself, but I spent a lot of money on modifying that car, right? Like, tons of money. And looking back now, I'm like, wow, all the money I put in that car could have went into, like stocks or something. I could have been like millionaire by now, honestly. But I chose to have a car. And, looking back now, I could have probably just got something really cheap that could have got me from point A to B and I would have been done. But I made the decision to buy that expensive car. So just remember, if you have the opportunity, it's probably best to buy the cheaper car and go that route because you're going to save money that you can then invest. Number 3, buying a house you don't need. And I don't want to say that you don't need a place to stay. This is more so buying a house that may be beyond your needs, right? So if you're a single guy, you don't need to buy like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house when a 1-bedroom, 1-bath house will do you just fine. Now, if you get a family and you have kids and you have all these other needs, then yeah, at that point, you're going to probably want to buy a bigger house. But you can always ladder up, right? You can always sell your smaller house to ladder up into what you need. Don't go buying a house where you're spending all your money just to make your mortgage payment, because at that point, you don't have any money left over to invest in other assets, and you really aren't getting ahead at that point. So I would say if you're looking to buy a house, really look at your needs. Don't go buying too much, right? It's you wouldn't buy too much of something, that you just need, right? You just think about it like that. Number 4, going into debts. And this can be a lot of things, right? Going into credit card debt, going into personal loan debt, going into, a college tuition debt, whatever that may be. But really, I just try to limit your debt, right? Americans, we spend a lot of money, but we also rely a lot on debt, right? Things that are going to make you money are worth going into debt for, right? So buying a house that will appreciate over time is, you have an asset there, you're gaining value. Whereas maybe, charging $5,000 on your credit card with a, 4% interest rate or whatever your interest rate may be, and then only making minimum payments isn't the wisest decision. So try to limit your debt. I always tell college kids, if you're going to go to college, make sure you know what you want to do. Don't take out don't take out $100,000 loan and just go right into college thinking like, oh, I'll just get a degree and be fine. Maybe college isn't for you. Maybe a trade school's for you. Sit down, think about what you actually want to do, how much you want to make, what kind of work schedule you want. These things all come into play, right? And then, of course, before you take out personal loans, always think about how fast you want to pay them back. Think about your strategy going into that, because you do not want to pile up your debt. It's just going to keep you from doing other things. Number 5, surrounding yourself with enablers. So these are the people who always encourage you to spend more money, right? Oh, come out and, party with us again for the 5th time this month. It's only been like a weekend of the month. Oh, you're going to buy a round for everybody. Or, hey, man, let's go get food every night. Or, hey, buy that watch. It's totally you, even though it's $500 and you don't really need it. So enablers are people in your life that will encourage you to do stuff that really isn't good for you. And this can be anything, really. It can be not even just financial, but it could be eating, right? It could be bad habits, drinking a lot. It could be, let's go eat eat out again, things that are bad for you. So definitely try to avoid surrounding yourself with people who are enablers. This is never going to help you out. You need to surround yourself with people who are like-minded like you, who have the same goals as you. These are the people you want to seek out and you want to basically build as your kind of social circle. So yeah. And finally, number 6, which is hilarious because I waited to the last slide to actually mention it, but procrastinating everything, right? Waiting to do stuff rather than just doing it, right? An example of this is to try to time the market, right? So there's an old saying, right? Timing the market, or time in the market beats timing the market, right? So don't be one of those people who's like, oh, I'm just going to wait, until the right price. If you're investing, if you're going to be an investor, you got to remember that you're not thinking about trading, right? Like the difference between you and a Wall Street bets guy, or like someone on YouTube is encouraging you to buy and sell every week. Those are traders, man. Trading is essentially gambling, right? Whereas long-term investing, this is, we buy and we stay, we hold, and we hold for a long time, right? Like when I bought Tesla, I didn't say I'm going to buy and trade Tesla. I said I'm buying Tesla and I'm holding, right? Back 6-7 years ago when I started buying Apple shares, I didn't say, oh, I'm going to flip Apple. There was a lot of ups and downs. But now it's a pretty big chunk of my portfolio. I think I'm coming up on 1,000 shares of Apple now. And, I just keep adding a little by little, and I'm just holding this. I don't try to time anything. I don't wait. Opportunities come and go, but sometimes they don't come back. So try not to procrastinate things, because that can be your downfall. And there's a lot of things that I have procrastinated in my life where I was like, ugh, if only I had just done it, right? So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any additional questions or comments or anything like that, throw them in the comment section below. And I will see you all in the next video.